This beach. Oh, I have a terrible headache.
Oh no. The
That
vanishing
ship,
of the Lady Shannon.
torn apart and cast so far up the beach. What on earth could have happened to it?
So this is the ship that our husband came in on. Guess we'll have a look around the shipwreck site.
Ropes are frayed, and there are strange marks on the wooden pole.
I mean, I can't really see them very well. Or do you mean the notches? Weird. So maybe the black ooze turns you into a fish person.
Looks like they took items from the stranded ship. It's too dark to see. He's repairing my old music box. Attack? What attack?
Frank trying to repair Harry's music box before the attack.
What happened on this ship?
I still want to know who's taking these photos.
Photographic film.
Well, maybe we'll find out now. A Warden Blake News. So it's a news agency that's taking the pictures. Also, I like the all-seeing eye. Great.
Oh my.
Robert Sudum and his wife found dead at high seas. Cults and Rituals. Interview with Inspector John Raymond LaGrasse. Strange incident in Massachusetts.
What a collection of happy news.
What's this got to do with anything?
I believe Harry visited this exposition. When
Why
he
you
was looking for answers for my illness.
She still sounds very perky. Newburyport Tiara exhibition coming to Boston. Okay. I need more lightning so I can see.
So, is this recording?
Mm-hmm.
Well, shouldn't we be listening to something, Frank?
I have assembled and disassembled it. Twice. So it should be fixed, Mr. Everhart. I don't know. Maybe it was never meant to play music.
Wait. Where have you been this whole time?
Oh my god. He's got a knife.
Get off me, you lunatic!
Hold him! Hold him for Christ's sake! Call the Aroa, quick!
Okay, were they trying to play music and accidentally recorded over something and then caught whatever that attack was? Is that what it was implying there? I'm guessing... Oh.
Someone took notes about some important dates.
June 30th, arrival on the island. July 1st, we set up camp. July 14th, Roy blows up Wells Hatch. July 15th, we strike camp and move to the beach. July 14th, last entry in the Shannon ship log. Same day. Oh, so they're saying that the Shannon crashed on the same day the hatch blew up. I think.
Did he take some amulets from the other campsite? Or did he carve some more?
Gotta have a hobby, don't you?
There are only 4 chairs around the campfire.
Maybe somebody didn't want to camp. See, there's only 4 plates there, and there's a spare one here. You don't know.
The expedition only has 5 members now.
Alright, so... Is that our husband there? Maybe that's the doctor, because he looks disheveled, so maybe he's infected. This was the one who was sat outside the camp, I think. Which means... Is that Frank? And this might be the photographer. That's my guess. I wish I had a torch. Might be missing crucial information.
Dead as a doornail.
Shucks.
These medical tools are hair-raising. The doctor was certainly well supplied with all kinds of substances.
Ah, yeah.
Oh dear. This dock was a certifiable loon.
Yesterday the stones danced with my song. Mission Leva Lieja. Everything is tuned in this place. There is a treasure in Shat Gokalu Rulo from Glui Fa'agl.
White fedora. A handkerchief with the letters EDW embroidered on it. It's stained with blood and black ooze. Discarded clothing. It hasn't been worn in a long time.
The doctor is here and infected. Very infected.
These two fellows seem to get along pretty well.
Why would you make that assumption when he's not even looking at him? So Frank and Tia Horoa singing while working the workshop. Okay, so yeah, that is Frank, and then I guess we'll call him Tia.
I'm glad you stayed by his side, whoever you are.
Frank, I understand what you're saying, but we can't leave Harry here alone. I know you must be thinking I'm interested in a scoop. Okay, so that's the reporter. But what would you do if your wife if it were your wife who was sick? Would you let her die? I'm staying here to the end. C. Okay, so C is a reporter and seems overly attached to Harry.
Looks like Frank wanted to leave, but I don't know if Harry ever read this letter.
Miss Ward. Okay, so maybe Ward is C Ward. Our lives are in grave danger on this island. Look what happened to Dr. DeWitt. The man is going completely bananas. I really think we should get off this island as soon as possible. Mr. Everhart was determined to leave until he found that organ thing. Do I have your support to try and convince him? What organ thing? Drayton Motors. Okay, so Frank must work for a car company? I'm just trying to piece all the pieces together. I'm trying to learn. Tales from Beyond. Ooh.
Portable typewriter. Never heard of this Eric Zan fella.
Neither have I. More film. Okay, so Ward and Blake. So this person is an important person at this. Should see Ward. Important person at this news agency. CD Ward, there we are. You wrote that article. So I've got a way through there or a way over by the ship. I want to go in the ship, but I feel like I should finish exploring the camp first. I can't see this going too much further back. What have we got lying around here? Just bits and pieces. Yeah, so this looks like it's a dead end over here. Oh, or not. Okay, I mean, maybe I should be in the ship first then, because this looks like it goes somewhere. Ah. Too many ways, too little time. Okay, what's this? Oh.
What kind of doodad is this?
Do 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 do. Oh. Okay, well that's obviously for a puzzle at some point. What do you?
Oh, look at the size of these stones.
Stones can be big. Oh, here we go.
These symbols are linked to the piano keys.
Right. Cannot take this? Oh, I've made a note of it. Okay, that's fine. Oh, that's cool. Magnetized stuff. So this is obviously some kind of scientist's
Rocks
place.
stained with black ooze. Looks like the prototype of something. A rock stained with black ooze. It might need to be turned on. Looks like the prototype.
Oh, I need to get the power on. I tried to put the power on, it wouldn't work. Unless I went to the wrong place.
You always did have a good ear, Harry.
So Harry must be the scientist of the expedition. See, I'm learning. I'm figuring stuff out. Yeah, because he's from a university, Uni of Denver. I've been studying this structure for the last few days. The tones it emits change consistently with the tides. Huge stone pipe
someone
organ.
build something like this out of stone? Captain Hodgson told me that knowing the lunar cycles is useful for better navigation at night. So Harry probably took this calendar from the Lady Shannon.
Most likely. Alright, so I need to follow the wires and find out where the power's coming from. Which I'm going to guess might be the ship. Like, maybe they were using the ship's generator to power all of this. So, wires... Yeah.
No power.
So I do have to go in here.
The ship's hull was ripped open. A few jagged rocks couldn't have caused a gash of this size.
Yeah. So eerie. Tension's rising. Are we scared?
This place gives me the creeps.
Hang in there. We got this. This doesn't look safe. No, it is absolutely not.
I can't see any trace of the ship's crew, nor their remains.
Is this a generator?
This isn't right. Nope, wrong, damn it.
Oh, there must be a system to it. An order.
Dead as a doornail.
I mean, I could brute force it by like pulling one and waiting for it to go green.
I'll try again. Now, what exactly did I do?
The power! It's alive! I'm going to carry on through the ship and just have a look, because there probably was somewhere maybe that told me. Somewhere might have been like, this is the order you're supposed to do it in. But like...
That voice. Is that Harry?
Harry? Is there another thing I can turn on? This corridor's still dark.
No, just a recording.
I mean, I could have told you that.
This is the captain's last entry.
July 14. Good weather and clear sailing until a surprise undercurrent took the ship. I haven't seen a sea that rough in years. First mate swears he saw a huge sea creature near our hull shortly afterwards. Definitely not a whale.
Even the crew of the ship that brought Harry's expedition to this island were afraid of it.
We delivered 6 members of the evac expedition to the island without incident. We'll come back to pick them up again in 3 weeks. Then he left to pick up. Left the island after lunch, no incidents. The area nearby seems adequate for whaling. Might get a good catch. They were supposed to leave, but they decided to carry on whaling here.
The ship was whaling not far from here.
Yes. This is what IS is saying as well. Can I turn this off? Yeah.
What were you looking for in the heart of the island?
I was thinking this expedition had failed and was worried about how we'd get back home. Then I found those stairs that led me to the giant stone organ. When he said he found an organ, I thought they were talking about like it's an internal body organ, but they were talking about he found like what appears to be some kind of like musical instrument carved into the stone. Maybe there's another way to get to the very heart of the island. In any case, there's nothing we can do until someone hears our distress call. Yep. Might as well just stay and explore.
Frank is certainly a resourceful man.
Hey, Frank, wind up your message to the radio like you asked, Mr. Everhart. I'll keep broadcasting as long as the ship's got fuel. God help us, Frank. I feel like a dickhead for turning it off. Maybe I'll turn it back on when I leave. Because then, you know...
Maybe the legend is more real than it seems.
I know it doesn't matter, but in my mind it's like I should leave it on because then somebody will get the broadcast. On the island of Ponape, there's a city called Nan Madol. It's composed entirely out of large basalt structures. Legend has it the city was built with floating stones and moved by black magic. I think I've seen this place before.
These knobs must control the vibrations inside this chamber.
Oh, you can turn it on. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, it's one of these things where one thing controls two things. So hang on, right. So that one moves the outside ones. This one moves the left two. This one moves the right two. And the right position for them all is the middle. Which means I need to separate out these. I managed to get them all in the exact same spot there. Oh, look how close it is. I know they're a little bit out anyway, but... Oh, wait. Can I just move these two together now? Hey! Okay.
I better write down those numbers in my journal.
So maybe these are the numbers that I have to do on the music machine, or maybe?
Black ooze's properties are perplexing.
It changes consistency, levitates when exposed to different vibration frequencies. Oh, I should probably check the back. I always like to check the back just in case something important.
And I was completely covered in that black goo. I wonder what it'll do to me.
Everything on this rotten island has something to do with that black ooze in one way or another. Even Dr. DeWitt's irrational behaviour seems to be related to getting exposed to that awful liquid. Okay, so I don't think there's anything else left to find in here. So I guess I'm going to turn this message back on. We can keep broadcasting.
Apparently, Harry's expedition waited for a long time to be rescued. Did they give up hope?
And then I'm guessing I can't get through that door there. No, okay, so that's everything I can find in here. I'm guessing I maybe was meant to brute force this electric system then, which is why they gave me the green lights to let me know if I was doing it right or wrong. Okay, so the power's back on, so I should now be able to turn all the equipment, all the lights.
I've been covered in this black liquid. I wonder what it's going to do to me.
I was
Although I doubt
probably...
anything could be worse than my illness.
I mean, it sounds like your illness is linked to it, considering that that's what the doctor had on his arms as well. Yeah, no, it sounds like I should really have done this bit first, because then I would have been able to see everything when I was exploring. So this is the next one to turn on.
At last,
Yeah.
sunlight. That should make things easier.
So with this light on here, is this any different? When they're like, oh, there's these weird notches.
Ropes are frayed, and there are strange marks on the wooden pole.
I mean, I feel like they tied someone up. Maybe the doctor went nuts and they had to actually tie him up. But yeah, I've already explored this place now in the dark. So I don't really need to have another look round. What I do need to do is there was... Yeah, this in here. I was going to say there's another system I've got to turn on. Okay, which should send the power through to here. Was there another one? Or have I now got power here? Oh, it's lit up. There we go. So can I change these? Okay, so these are the different frequencies. And these are the different buttons. Oh, I also had... Oh, this is with the cycles of the moon. I guess that'll come into play later. So how do these correspond? Let's just press a button. Oh. Is there a reset? Oh, each one of these sets it to a different thing. Oh, and it even writes it down. Okay, I guess I'll just press all the buttons. Sweet. So I must need to press the buttons to add up to the frequencies above. Oh, wait, no, they are the frequencies above. Okay, so we've got bottom left. Which one's 349? Okay, hang on. We've got C, we've got F. C, F, and then G sharp. Okay, that can't be right. Do 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 do. Moonlight Sonata, beautiful.
It's well tuned. I expected no less from you, old pal.
So I guess these symbols have to be relevant then. Maybe it's the order. You know, I haven't been up here yet. Maybe there's some symbols on the wall, and the order I have to press them in is the order that's written up here, wherever this is. Like Basalt Delta. It's much nicer than Minecraft's Basalt Delta. Ooh, what's up here? Oh. It's a weird stone platform.
Sometimes I still doubt whether this isn't just some ghastly dream.
Okay, this right here. Thumbnail material. That's awesome. Well, I can't see that. What's up here? Oh, that looks like it might be relevant. Something written on the wall over there.
It's curious, but it's the first time since I got sick that I feel useful. Harry is depending on me, and not the other way around.
Is he, though? We don't know who sent you the package, do we? So...
What odd structure. It doesn't look like a building, though. What odd structure. It doesn't look like a
building, though?
building, though.
I can't see any symbols on this. Oh. Tide level measurements. Oh, I see.
I hope you didn't borrow this slide projector from the University of Denver, old pal.
Old pal, buddy, old pal. Okay, so we've got tide level measurements. And then all of the symbols that are relevant. What? What are we looking at here? That's mildly disturbing. So this is somehow relevant, but I don't understand why. But it's saying that these symbols transfer to these depending on, I guess, the tide? So do I have to look at the tide level and then press different buttons? How do I dictate the tide level? So from what I think is happening, so these three are telling me which order they need to be pressed in. But there's clearly another element that's got something to do with the tide. Well, I mean, if you want to see where the tide is, you gotta go out to the beach. So let's just... I haven't really explored... That's a hazard. I haven't really explored the ocean. Maybe there's like a symbol I didn't see.
Terrified. I've always been afraid of storms, but something or someone seems to be moving there on the reefs. Or is it just my imagination?
What? I love this aesthetic though. Like, look at this. These things swaying in the wind. Everything's all over the place. It just looks so deadly. What's this over here as well? I assume I can't access it, but there appears to be some kind of carved structure there. Okay, let me just take a second. One of those things where I feel like I'm overthinking it. Right, okay. Let's reapproach this. So, I have a puzzle where I'm clearly meant to press the notes in a particular order. And the order I was given was designated by this weird machine in the ship. And what that machine did was give me 3 different frequencies. 262, 349, and 415. They correspond to 3 of these notes. But the note you have to play shifts based on the tide level. Why? I don't know why I've got the phases of the moon, but I feel like if this was relevant to the puzzle I'm doing now, it'd be up here. Because like if we look at all of the other pages and stuff, they're all completely filled in, apart from this one on the right. So I would think that this is maybe for a later puzzle. So all I need to know is how far the tide is in. I thought the tide was fully in because it looks like it's fully in. Now, did you find the organ? I mean, I found this thing. But I assumed the organ was just built into this structure here. Like, I've seen a picture of the organ, but I've not actually found the organ. It's relevant to the current puzzle. So there's a thing I've not found yet. That's what I'm being told. Okay, I'll keep exploring. Oh, this is lit up. Oh, God.
Look at his contorted face. Is this what's going to happen to me?
It took 4 of us to subdue him. Where did he get that strength? So the doctor's turned it into somewhat
Those
weird.
footprints definitely do not look human.
Oh, so I guess we tied something up.
This picture is taken from a distance. What is he doing?
Can't see. Oh wait, does it say anything on the back?
Floating rocks?
The doctor seems to be whispering to some rocks. Are they floating? Oh, I've already played this one. Yeah, this was... I played that one earlier. Oh, hang on, there's a way over here. Is this a way? Oh, okay. There's a place I've just not been. Fair enough.
Some kind of improvised workshop.
Well, at least it's new stuff.
This must be the highest part of the island. And that diamond shape again. How striking. You made it work, Harry. Now it's my turn.
Good morning, crew. Sorry for the reveal this morning. I didn't want to... Oh, I didn't expect to wake you all up with a noise from that awful organ. The good news is the organ revealed the entrance to a temple. The bad news is that the temple is on a mountaintop, so I hope you're in the mood for a good hike. All joking aside, if the temple has the answer that I'm looking for, then we can finally leave this damn island and go home. Thank you all for sticking with me. Right.
So this is the reason the ship was scavenged.
Frank, if you want to enter the temple on the mountaintop, we'll have to reproduce the effects of the organ somehow. I know we weren't planning on this, but we'll have to. We'll have to build a machine with whatever we can lay our hands on from the lady's shannon.
What kind of machine were you building? Blowtorch. Looks like it's been used a lot.
Okay, it's looking like I just haven't found something, which is why I couldn't solve that puzzle.
Harry isn't usually very chummy, but he really seems to like Frank.
Frank, great idea. We'll move the materials we need up to the summit so we can camp there. It's another thing, please don't call me Mr. Everhart. Call me Harry, as all my friends do. Ooh, budding romance, I see. Okay, so there's a path over there, and there's also a path up there. Oh, and there must also be a power thing I can turn on. Because those lights are... Nope. Oh no, they're just not connected. No, let's go under here first.
A burned photo. I can't make out what's in it.
I also can't see. Is there meant to be a light here? There is a wire, so if there's a wire, maybe there's a switch I can turn on. Oh no, because these ones are on, so... There's also this way up here. Alright, let's just go this way.
When I get back home, I'm going to read up on engineering. I've been interested in knowing how things work since I was a child, but I always thought technology wasn't for me. What nonsense.
Yeah. Okay, this must be the organ then. And I guess this is the temple that opened. So we must have to figure out the puzzle first. These lights are working though. Is there anything over here that's relevant? No. Right. I'm guessing now if I'm going to walk in here,
The structure certainly isn't natural, but not man-made either.
I'm going to get the clue to what I've been missing.
This feels ominous.
Ooh, a magic hole. Oh, this is phases of the moon. Even though I can't see the moon. Oh, you need to use the calendar to figure it out, oh yeah. And then... Alright, let's have a look. So, how do I find out what the date today is? It says full moon on the 21st, new moon on the 7th. Log. Does it say what day it is on her log? Oh, here we are. November 7th. Oh, right, yeah, November 7th, that's it. She said I walk on the Black Beach. November 7th is new moon, which means it needs to be closed. Which it is. So now do I press the button? Oh, God. Do I press these things? What's this about? There's so many things to press. Is this... Oh, there must be one of these on the other side as well. Does this need to be open or closed? Oh, they're everywhere. Okay, I'm setting the organ pipes, right. I guess maybe that means everywhere with one of these symbols is one of the map I have to set. There's also a pathway that goes down. Alright, let's have a look at the thing then and see if maybe this has the... Oh, what's this?
Must be instructions to operate this bizarre structure.
Tune the organ by opening and closing the right tube. Oh, right, okay, this is telling me. So, the ones that need to be closed are 1, 5, and 7. So that's 2 is open. That's 7, so that needs to be... Sorry, that needs to be closed. 3 is open. You're up. Wait, no, hang on. There's 5... Ah, it's written down, isn't it? 4... 5 is across. Which means 5 needs to be closed.
Those symbols seem to indicate the height of the tide.
Oh. Please don't tell me I've got to use the symbol difference as well as the tuning thing.
Those symbols seem to indicate
Right.
the height of the tide.
Even so, that tide is slightly below the middle. Why are there so many steps to this puzzle? There. I'm also missing some of the things I got to change. Ah, here's some. So 1. Right. I'm going to just use my intuition here and assume that I have to make the differences now based on the tide. So we know... There we are. We know that sea level is there. I don't know if that presentation we had is written anywhere. I don't think it is. But from what I remember... When I wanted to do the one I thought was the full tide, half tide is on the mark. God damn it. Half tide is on the mark. Full tide was... I'm going to go back and look. Fuck it. I don't think there's a way to view that presentation from here, is there? Maybe I don't need it then. But then why would I be told what the tide was? And what are these frequencies for? Is it a separate puzzle, or is it the same puzzle? You know what I was saying, literally, like, an hour ago, wherever it was, about how the puzzles are too easy, and now I'm just like, oh, there's so many steps to this one. The way that these kind of games work, it would feel a bit weird to have a really difficult puzzle, like a puzzle section miles away that I didn't make the notes about, and then this section over here. So I'm going to assume that they're separate, and the one over on the other side is relevant later on. Let's go back and see. Well, I think I'm pretty sure by this point my husband's dead. let's go back to that tent. Let's have a look. Because if my initial instincts were right, we need to look at the changes to the symbols based on the level of the tide. I don't know what the keypad thing's for, though. I don't get what the keyboard's for. So this thing here, we now know what the tide level is, which is this one.
This is the right one.
Yeah, thank you for filling me in. Which means that now the symbols are transposed to different symbols. Which means we can go and change these on the big organ, and then it should work right. But what are you for? What's your purpose? So is it +4? 1 becomes 5, 2 becomes 6, 3 becomes 7. So it's +4 to whatever's there. As I've said before, like whenever you stream a game, it definitely interferes with your ability to sort of figure stuff out the same way. I don't know whether this is just a me thing, or whether it's an everyone thing. Whenever I've streamed any kind of puzzle game, I usually have more trouble figuring out the puzzles, because I'm always distracted by, you know, either following things in chat or feeling like I've got to keep talking. So, yeah, like, just the fact that this one, I was stumped for so long because I didn't just explore, sort of says it all, really. But I think now I know what I'm supposed to be doing. At least, we'll see. So, if I add 4 to each one of these that needs to be closed, sorry. So, it's now going to be 5, 2, 5, 2, and 4. And 5, 2, and 4 are closed. So 3 open, 4 closed, 2 over there closed. Right, let's try again. Oh wait, hang on. Was this changed? Oh. This is telling me what's open and closed. I thought that this was... I thought this panel was telling me what had to be open and what had to be closed. But this is clearly telling me what is open and closed. Which means that everything I'm doing is wrong. Oh, I need a drink. Hang on, let me just quickly test this. So, open this. So if I press this button again, this one will... It's already changed. Okay. The reason why this has been messing up completely is because I'm getting my notes from the wrong place. The notes are the 3 frequencies that are on the machine. Right, so these are the notes, which are these symbols here, which correspond to the keyboard, but then they're 4 steps forward because of the tide. That's why it's relevant. Fuck me. God damn it, Brad. Right, so, and that means that whichever ones are here are the open pipes, I'm going to guess. So, it's 5, 3, 4, 9, 1, yeah, 5, 1, and 3. 5, 1, and 3. And then this thing over here will tell me if I've done the right ones. I'm missing one. So I wanted 5, 1, and 3 open? Oh, right there, that's right. 5, 1, and 3 open. But it obviously isn't right. Because it's not working. It's not necessarily 4 along for all the notes. You're right. I'm going to go back and check. What I don't like is the fact that it hasn't put them in my book. Why is it giving me all of the information except... Like, it feels like it should be up here so I can refer back to it. Maybe you have to click on the screen. Because, like, whenever she makes notes, it's because you interact with the thing. So maybe you're meant to find the right pattern and then walk over to the screen and click on it, and then she tells you. If that's true, it's an awkward step. I get it, but it's annoying. I don't think I'd be as frustrated with this puzzle if I hadn't spent the first, like, half an hour not realising that I was missing pieces of it. Yeah, okay, there we go. So that's what I was meant to do. I was meant to click on the screen, and now it's up there, and I can... 1, 3, 2... Yeah, no, it's not directly back and forth. And two of them are mixed up, just to be confusing. Great. Right, I now have everything I need, and I should be able to just solve the puzzle. I'm definitely going to be taking a break and finishing the rest on the next stream, because this puzzle has worn me down a little bit. And I'm going to say, like, it's not entirely the puzzle's fault. I've made a few errors. I've not really realised what I'm meant to be doing, but it's just got to the point now where it's just frustrated me slightly. And that's not a good mood to be in when you're playing a puzzle game. So, I'm now in a position where I have all the information I need, and I can figure this out. So, because this is the thing I didn't have. Right, so the ones we need are 1, 4, and 6. So 1 becomes 5, 4 becomes 1, 6 becomes 2, not 3. The fact that these two are the other way around has what's just messed this up. Because when I looked, I saw, oh, 1, 5, 2, 6, 3, 7. That means that when the numbers change, they correspond with the same number plus 4. So all I need to do is swap round 2 and 3. Because that's what they've done. Swapped round 2 and 3. Because lol, it's funny. So, 2 open. And 3 close. Please tell me that this is it. Jesus. So what's that over there then? That looked like a place I was supposed to go. Anyway. Puzzle's done. Let's get to the next chapter. Good place to call it. Oh.
My dear old pal.
My old buddy, old pal.
I'm getting closer to understanding what is happening to you, but it is taking a toll on my sanity. As fascinating as this island and its ancient and unfathomable wonders may seem, it's also a place plagued with misfortune and calamities. We lost Roy at the campsite. We almost lost our engineer on this beach. The doctor went mad and stabbed him with a strange knife. And all because of this island, Nora. Initially, we were optimistic and in high spirits, but now we've all become resentful and discouraged. Even I can feel how I am constantly assaulted by dark thoughts. Anyway, if what I am going through here helps me find you a cure, it'll have been worth it. I hope to find an answer in the temple on that mountain peak. Love you always, Harry.
Poor Harry. He's worried, exhausted, disheartened. I will find you, my love. Let's see what the next one does.
I'm guessing the same thing, but slightly further across. Oh, no, I was wrong. Behind. Oh. So, who reset this?
I'm not sure why, but I don't feel this island is dangerous. Maybe it's because I haven't spent as much time here as Harry did.
Or maybe because you have absolutely no sense of self-preservation, having come here completely unprepared. Yeah, like, who reset all of this location for me to then have to redo the puzzles? Because, like, I mean, I'm not saying all the whole thing's made of moving rocks, but, like, just the puzzle reset itself when people use it and then shift all of the things around? Because otherwise all of the, like, the organ, like, pipe things would have been the same position. Right.
Whew, that was quite a hike.
Chapter 4, quite a show. Well, Chapter 4 is going to have to wait until next time. Thoughts so far? Well, I was saying I wanted a slightly more difficult puzzle experience, and I guess that's what I just got, and that took me an hour or something. I don't know what it'll be when it's edited down, because a lot of it was just pointless, random walking around and complaining about shit. And it wasn't necessarily the puzzle's fault all the way, but it is a bit mean that the puzzle, like the projector thing, they've programmed in that she will acknowledge that you found the right set of symbols, you found the right page, and she says, oh, this looks like the right one, but then doesn't write it down on her own. She doesn't just make it a note of it automatically. You have to walk over to the screen and click on it. And I mean, maybe you didn't need to walk over. Maybe you could have done it from behind the desk. But still, the fact that the game's like, oh, you found the right one, but then doesn't automatically do that, meant that I had to make another journey back. And the fact that, as well, all of the symbols were the same +4, except for 2 of them, which were the wrong way round. And to me, that decision was intentional. Like, the game makers definitely thought, oh, we want to make whatever this is slightly more difficult, so we're just going to swap a couple of them round. Multiple things that I did wrong there in that last puzzle as well. Like, I didn't realise there was more of a location. I thought I was just using the little keyboard thing and the screen. I should really have realised there was more. I mean, I sort of did. When I saw on the screen that it was talking about tide levels, I did say, oh, I guess maybe somewhere I have to find out what the tide is. But I didn't think to just explore a bit further, and I would have found that place quite early on. And the other thing that messed me up was that when that panel turned round and it had the 7 notes and the open and closed, I thought that what I was doing there was what I was seeing on the display were the symbols that I had to match, whereas the symbols I had to match were the 3 that I got off the weird little puzzle with the floating rocks. Like, that was the actual... those 3 were the notes. They were the notes I had to use, and I had to put them into the machine. But in my mind, I was like, oh, it's telling me that the notes I have to use are on this panel. Or it says that the notes are these 3. Whereas that was actually just displaying what the organ was doing, so that you didn't have to remember which ones you'd open. Anyway, yeah, no, a combination of the game being a bit mean and me being an idiot. But it was solved eventually, just took a bit longer than it should have done. And yeah, some puzzles come easily, some puzzles come hard. And when all of the different elements of a puzzle are so spread out as well, because you not only have to go onto the ship, at the far side of the ship, you have to go to the far side of the campsite, then you have to go to the far side of the beach structures, and you have to have all 3 of those figured out in order to solve that puzzle. Which is, it's fine. It's a puzzle game. There's difficult puzzles, there's easy puzzles. Like, that first one was piss easy for me to solve. I made a little mistake of just getting, thinking it was fishing boats instead of fish. Easily done. And what was the second area was the eyes thing with the lenses. Like, that was just, I thought there would be 3 lenses and there was 1. Fun so far. Looks really nice. Very lovely looking game. I'm interested in the story, so I'm looking forward to seeing more of that. But for now, I am going to take a break because, yeah, the last puzzle took a bit out of me. The runtime of the game is supposedly about 5 to 7 hours, I think. And I am about 2.5 hours in, assuming that maybe I can do some of the other bits faster later on. I reckon I've got another stream out of it, maybe 2. So, if you watch this on YouTube, I mentioned Escape Academy, the puzzle room game. I mentioned Escape Rooms, but yeah, that's a puzzle game. So I'm trying to recommend a specific video if people enjoy this one. So Escape Academy is me and Nisha solving puzzles. That one's fun. So I'll link that one on the end slide of this. And yeah, subscribe.